This is part 2 of my numerology for 2014, so please check out part 1 in the link below. So I'm starting off this video with the Ace of Raphael card that came through for my 2014 video, and the Ace represents new beginnings. So this is about a lot of new beginnings happening for you in 2014. It's about positive new emotional experiences too. You've done so much clearing and releasing in the last few years. I mean, it's been massive, really has. So this water energy again reiterates that sense of cleansing away the emotions. So this is about welcoming in the new, beautiful new energy for this year, and it also includes profound spiritual insights, epiphanies and awakenings, as well as fulfilling romantic relationships and more deeper and lasting spiritual reflections, insights and wisdom happening for you. You might find yourself still getting emotional, aloof, paranoid, confused, lonely or depressed at times, and you also are under the influence of other energies that are around us. But when you really think about this, it's because you're learning also to go deeper to what you truly want and how you would like your life and your relationships to be or to change. And this includes your relationship with yourself. And I feel that was a powerful moment just then for you to listen to. And also understanding the world. There is an inner space inside you, and it's ready and waiting for you to explore. And if you reflect and look deep and long enough, you'll find the magic of the not quite yet fulfilled potentials beaming with life and energy for future creations. This is about inner satisfaction, fulfillment, and creating. Will you take this inwards journey, or will you become caught up and sidetracked in the outer chaos, those old dramas, the mayhem, the distractions? So this is about you taking a stand for yourself, staying on course and rediscovering the you inside of yourself rather than the outside you or the merging with the status quo. You'll also have many experiences of others going through a lot of stuff, and they seem to be holding up a mirror to you loudly and boldly at times. So it seems sometimes that you can't escape it, and this is why you need to look deeply into that mirror and see what it is reflecting back to you, because often other people's actions, those things that annoy you, are saying something about yourself. So this is the shadow aspect. So in this way, you'll be experiencing realities upon realities. This is the mise en abîme effect. Which realities do you choose? So 2014 will be your time to reflect upon that. Outside and world energies have us questioning many things, so you'll notice more scandals, dark secrets, revelations, exposures, conspiracies. There'll be more discordant weather, violence, celebrity outbursts, and new scientific or publicly revealed or leaked evidence emerging about previously hidden or unknown phenomenon, secrets or situations, and this can include political, monetary, religious leaders of institutions, perhaps even otherworldly beings, planets, life forms, quantum physics, time travel, as well as psychic ability and all sorts of things, structure collapses, and I'm feeling alternative media really getting through to the masses as more and more people awaken and reposition themselves and their views in the world, as it's time to unveil the hidden secrets, the revelations and the fears you hold within yourself too. So I feel like world events will be playing a part in this, and it will help people awaken. So there will be a great change in the way that we see things and a reshaping of our inner and outer paradigm. This is a necessary shift, and it's brought about by reflection as well as exposure. So now the number 7 in relation to the 7th chakra and how that relates to this year. So the number 7 in terms of our energy center or chakra is the crown chakra, and this is the highest energy chakra of the human body, and there's also other chakras. The color associated with it is violet, which is also the highest color on our spectrum. Most of us naturally recognize the number 7 as being a very high number, and this year we're umpted by the highest energy of all, the 7th chakra. beautifully analogized with the sacred flower. The seventh chakra is also called the 1,000-petal lotus. It is like a receptacle of higher spiritual awareness and connected to divine oneness, the source that connects us all. So your personal infinite connection with God, peace and wisdom is all there in your seventh chakra. It is also known as the Sahasrara, and it acts as a kind of bridge between our lower selves and our higher consciousness. I had an intuitive feeling that it was like a gateway, so I did a little research and found out that when this chakra is open, clear and in its full beautiful power, it can actually act as a kind of stargate or vortex connecting us to the higher dimensions. So this is something that we can work on through intention and awareness, and doing some meditations on our chakras, especially opening up that seventh chakra. In 2014, you'll be increasing your self-knowledge and spiritual awareness, as I talk about a lot in my part 1 video. So there will be a marked growing union with your higher self. So that's what the crown chakra represents, your higher self. You will begin to communicate with more empathy and compassion as you're coming from a place of higher perception. And that's what we're reaching towards. Not that lower energy, the drama and all that stuff I talked about previously, but rather higher viewpoints, higher perception, higher energy. 2014 sees you raising your consciousness and thus your vibration, your sense of unity, oneness, and boosting your multi-dimensional awareness. Your intuition will help you see the right road ahead for yourself. This crown actually connects with our physical brain and our nervous system, but it is also known as the true higher brain that connects with higher spiritual powers and dimensions. So it bridges and aligns us with the greater cosmic consciousness by connecting the lower realms of Mother Earth and the higher realms of God, Father Sky. So this magical blending of physical matter with spirit is consciousness manifest into physical form through the birth of the human child. So if you have negative associations with your own father, this can also be linked with a feeling of disconnection with or isolation from God. There's some deep psycho-spirituality here. And this can also, therefore, represent a fear of spirituality or religion that you might be holding within yourself. And this feeling can be enhanced in 2014. So it's all being brought forward. Other negative implications for you this year could be a sense of disconnection with reality, worry, anxiety, or miscommunication. So that's where going inwards and coming back to the self, and then moving towards your higher self is the answer and key. Astrological factors. The astrological signs that rule the seventh chakra are Pisces and Capricorn. So in this regard, I see Pisces as offering us gifts of dedication, devotion, imagination, intuitive foresight, and integration of oneness. And Capricorn provides us with the inwards focus, the grit, concentration, determination, perception and perseverance that is needed to achieve goals for this year. And again, I mentioned that a lot in my part 1 video. It's all about the mind. And that relates to the Magician card I'm going to bring up soon. Now we also have the 7th Earth chakra. So Earth has its own chakras as well, energy centers. We can examine Earth's evolution through its chakra system and relation to sacred number. It is interesting to note that the Earth too, as a conscious living being, the Great Mother, is an entity unto its own, composing of energy vortexes and a subtle chakra system that are connected to the universe through a divine matrix. Each energizing chakra is represented by a particular place in each continent in the world. Each of us have our own creative evolutionary will, as too does Earth. And I would love to speak more about this in the future. But for now, let's focus on the 7th Earth chakra, which is delightfully a place in the world, a sacred mountain in the holy land of Tibet in the Himalayas, what do you know, named Mount Kailash or Mount Kailas. We each have a divine spiritual destiny. In this year, we are not only guided, but also activated through the sheer energy force of the divine secret laws of nature to access our true divine will for ourselves. So this is about finding and activating our life purpose and summoning our will to act on our dreams. This is about finding your role and place on earth and being connected as much to earth as to the heavens, God and life force energy, and the inspiration in the etheric mix. You'll have a creative drive and will want to play your part in raising the vibration of the collective consciousness. Now, crystals related to the 7th chakra. There are many crystals that help you connect with your 7th chakra and that of the earth. Some examples are amethyst, which is why I have one here, beautiful, powerful amethyst. But there's other crystals too, like ametrine, quartz, which I have here as well, atlantisite, azurite, celestite, and zircon, and many others. You can select a crystal that represents the crown chakra, such as these. Cleanse it and meditate on your chakra and that of the earth. It is an energetic connection and healing for both yourself as well as Mother Earth. And now I want to talk about related planets and tarot association. So let's look at further interconnected correspondences of the 7th Earth chakra. Those are the planets of Mercury and Uranus. So Mercury represents communication and personal expression. So how you deal with others around you. This will be your personal challenge this year. Uranus signifies sudden change and being able to deal with endings and new beginnings, vital this year. So taking heed of intuitive guidance, developing control of situations that arise, and standing back from the influence and energy of other people, standing away from it, removing yourself from it, and harnessing your own independence and individuality. And now we have the Magician card that I want to show you here. Now I've got this small picture of it, so I'll just pop it up there. This is the classic Rider-Waite Tarot Magician card. So since the 7th chakra is so strongly emblematic of the will, and I've talked about that so much in these two videos, it has a strong correspondence with this card. What I get from this is that 2014 is a year for us to implement our intelligence and will through creation, action, skill, mind, and magic. The Hebrew letter Beth, meaning divine house, is also connected with this card. And the magician resides in the house of spirit with the potential of power as his alchemical tools. So applying this to ourselves, we are to act as our own director of energy by channeling it in a very focused, powerful way to what it is that we want. This is also about our wisdom and craft, ability to control the hidden powers of the mind. If you ride along this powerful wave, you will learn to heighten, fine-tune, and gain control of your mind, while duly choosing to ignore and ride over those lower energies and obstacles that I mentioned before. This is also another Magician card, which I love. It's so powerful here, and it just shows how that you have the power yourself, and with wisdom you can create amazing things. So the 7 rays of light I just want to mention here. If you would like to take an even more intensive look at the 7th chakra, we can examine its significance in terms of the 7 rays of light, and these denote the 7 aspects of our human temperament. The 7th chakra relates to the first ray, which is about the will, there you go again, as well as power, courage, leadership. It is connected with your willpower, concentration, and focus, and then when put in positive ways, it helps you attain your ultimate reality. However, when in the negative shadows, it can manifest as a weakened or soiled will of greed, selfishness, tyranny, negative control, confusion, depression, fear of succeeding, not feeling inspired or tapped in, or just feeling displaced with your association with your world. You might also overly intellectualize. So that's so much guidance and food for thought for 2014. So hopefully you'll find a moment to take it all in and to make a plan for yourself. My intention is to inspire you and guide you, and thank you so much for listening. Stay tuned.